This is no ordinary message. What you are about to hear is not a random coincidence, but a divine interruption that has been carefully orchestrated by heaven itself. For too long, God has remained silent, allowing the earth to carry on, unaware of the sacred moment that is now unfolding. But now heaven speaks, and what it reveals is not just a passing moment, it is tied directly to your daughter. Yes, your daughter. You may not want to believe it, but it's the truth. And this truth is here to set things right. This isn't about pressure, this isn't about judgment. It's a call from God, delivered with the utmost love and the deepest care. Be still for a moment. Take a deep breath and open your heart. As the Holy Spirit steadies your soul, know that what you are about to receive is not a simple answer to a question. It is the unveiling of a truth that has been waiting in the hidden corners of your heart. That tightening in your chest, the stirring in your spirit is not fear, it is divine recognition. It is the moment your heart has been waiting for, even if you didn't fully know it. Heaven has been leaning in, preparing this sacred hour for you, and now the veil is lifting. What was once concealed, hidden in darkness, is now being brought into the glorious light. You thought you knew your daughter's story, but the reality is far deeper, far more profound than you ever imagined. You've only seen fragments of her journey, small pieces, just the surface. But now, God is allowing you to see the whole picture, and it's not just for her, it's for you. This moment is about more than just revealing her truth. It's about drawing you closer to your calling as her protector. You've been chosen to stand in this moment with her to witness what God is bringing into the light. And what you're about to discover is sacred. Her name has been spoken in the throne room of heaven, her life carefully tracked by angels. The eyes of the Lord have been upon her, not with judgment, but with love, compassion, and divine concern. This truth is not for condemnation, it's for revelation. God never reveals something unless He intends to heal it. His light is not here to embarrass, but to redeem or restore. What was once hidden in the shadows will now be known in full clarity. And as you stand at the edge of this divine unveiling, you are being called to see beyond the surface, to witness the beauty of God's plan for your daughter and for your family. What comes next will not be whispered, it will come in like a flood of truth that will wash away every lie, every misunderstanding, and every piece of confusion that has clouded your heart. It will burn through the walls you've built and leave only what is true standing. God is shining a light so bright that there will be no more room for doubt, no more room for fear. This is heaven's timing. It has been perfectly orchestrated, and now the moment has come. You're about to receive the full picture, and you must be still. Don't blink, don't look away. Instead, open your heart wide and allow the Holy Spirit to flood you with understanding, clarity, and peace. Heaven has chosen you for this moment. It is no accident that you are standing at the threshold of this revelation. It is God's divine plan, and now He is calling you to witness it with an open heart and a spirit ready to receive. As the veil begins to lift, it's important to understand that this moment is not just about revealing your daughter's hidden truth. It's about unveiling a divine plan that has been in motion long before you even realized it. Heaven's timing is never random, and God doesn't speak just to make noise. What is being exposed now has been carefully guarded in the spiritual realm, awaiting the right moment for revelation. And now, that moment is upon you. You may have felt it before, the stirring in your soul, that quiet unrest that tugged at your heart when things seemed just a little out of place. Your daughter's behavior, the silences, the subtle shifts in her demeanor that you couldn't quite explain. These were not coincidences. Heaven was preparing you, alerting your spirit to the truth that was waiting to emerge. Even in the moments when you felt isolated, when you couldn't quite put your finger on what was wrong, God was already at work positioning you to receive the full truth at just the right time. You weren't blind, you weren't imagining things. You were being prepared for this divine exposure. And now, as the truth begins to flood into your life, you must embrace it, not with fear, not with dread, but with open arms. This is not a punishment, beloved. This is providence. Heaven's hand is reaching down to gently unveil what has been hidden, not to destroy your daughter, but to deliver her. What you will see is not meant to break her, but to heal her. Every secret she thought she could keep locked away, every hidden wound that she tried to protect, is now being unsealed. Not to embarrass, but to free her, to release her from the weight of what she has carried in silence. The process may seem overwhelming at first. The shock of it, the weight of the revelation may cause your heart to race, but do not let your emotions control your response. This is a holy moment, a moment where God is calling you to rise above the surface level understanding and into a deeper place of discernment. The truth you're about to receive isn't just meant for your daughter. It's meant for you. It's a calling, an invitation into a greater purpose, your role as her spiritual protector, her intercessor, her warrior in this battle against the unseen forces that have sought to keep her bound in secrecy. God's light exposes what was once hidden in the dark, not for condemnation, but for restoration. This is why you're being called to witness the unveiling. You are not an observer in this process. You are a participant in a divine healing that is about to unfold in your family. The exposure of the truth is the first step toward restoration, and as you stand in this moment, you are being called to support, protect, and walk with your daughter through this revelation. It is not a time for judgment. It is a time for love, for grace, and for mercy. The light that is now shining into your home, into your heart, and into your daughter's life is a light that will bring healing. It will bring clarity where there was confusion, peace where there was unrest, and restoration where there was brokenness. This light does not come to condemn, it comes to redeem. It comes to wash away the confusion, the pain, and the shame that may have been clouding your understanding of what has been happening in your family. Understand this: God does not expose to destroy, He exposes to deliver. Just as Jesus revealed the woman at the well's true identity, not to shame her, but to offer her living water, so too is God revealing what has been hidden in your daughter's life, not to shame her, but to offer her the healing, the deliverance, and the restoration she needs. What has been secret, what has been concealed, has been holding her in a place of bondage. But now, through divine intervention, that bondage is being broken. The enemy tried to keep your daughter in the dark. He tried to convince her that her secrets were safer in silence. He tried to tell her that if she kept everything hidden, everything would be okay. But God has a different plan. God is exposing the lies, the hidden wounds, the things that have been kept in the dark, not to destroy her, but to release her. And as a mother or a father, you have been chosen to stand at the forefront of this divine revelation. You are not only witnessing this truth, but you are also being called to walk in the role of intercession, to stand in the gap, and to offer your strength, your support, and your love as she steps into this moment of divine healing. You may be tempted to look away, to shy away from the weight of what's being revealed. You may feel unprepared, unsure of how to navigate this divine exposure. But know this: you were prepared for this moment long before you realized it. God has been equipping you for such a time as this. Just as Esther was positioned for the deliverance of her people, so are you being positioned for the deliverance of your daughter. Your strength, your faith, your discernment, all of these have been building up to this very moment. You are not alone in this process. Heaven's hand is upon you, and the Holy Spirit will guide you every step of the way. The enemy may try to convince you that this moment is too much to bear, that the weight of the revelation will be too heavy for you to carry. But I assure you, beloved, that the strength God has placed within you is more than enough. You have been chosen for this. You have been anointed for this. And just as God has provided for you in every moment leading up to this, He will continue to provide the strength, the wisdom, and the grace you need to walk through this season with your daughter. The unveiling that is happening now is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the beginning of a new chapter in your daughter's life, a chapter where she no longer hides in the shadows, but steps fully into the light of God's love, grace, and healing. It is the beginning of a new chapter in your life, where you take up your role as a spiritual protector and warrior for your family, standing firm in the truth, and offering the love and grace that will see your daughter through this time of revelation. And as you stand in this moment, I encourage you to remain firm. Do not be shaken. Do not be afraid. This is not a moment of despair. It is a moment of divine revelation. The truth that is coming to light will set you free. It will set your daughter free. It will set your family free. And as you embrace this moment, know that God is with you, guiding you and empowering you every step of the way. As you continue to stand in the presence of this divine revelation, remember that what is unfolding in this moment is not just for your daughter, it is for you as well. You have been called to bear witness to this unveiling not as a passive bystander, but as an active participant in the healing and restoration that is about to take place. God's revelation is never merely about information, it is about transformation. What is being exposed today will not only change how you see your daughter, but it will change how you see yourself and your role in her life. God has been preparing you for this. Every season of confusion, every moment of prayer that seemed unanswered has been part of your preparation. You may have questioned yourself in the past, wondering why you couldn't see everything clearly, or why things seemed out of place. But now, as the fog lifts, you are beginning to see why you were placed in this moment. Heaven's timing is impeccable, and what seemed like delays, what felt like unanswered prayers, were actually God's way of positioning you for this sacred assignment. This truth that is now being revealed is not just an answer to the questions you've had about your daughter. It's the key to unlocking a deeper understanding of your own spiritual journey. You are not just a witness. In this moment, you are being entrusted with something profound, something that has the power to heal, to restore, and to change the course of your daughter's life. And in turn, it will change the course of your life as well. God is not just revealing her struggles, her wounds, her choices. He is revealing her strength, her resilience, and her purpose. He is showing you the fullness of her journey. The truth behind the silence, the reason for the pain, and the beauty that has been hidden beneath the surface. You have seen only fragments of her story until now, but these fragments are coming together to reveal a masterpiece, a divine narrative that will not only shape her future, but will also impact the generations that follow. Understand that this unveiling is not meant to break you or her. It is not meant to bring shame or guilt. This is God's way of saying, it's time for healing. It's time for restoration. It's time to reclaim what the enemy has stolen. What has been hidden in darkness will no longer be allowed to linger there. What was meant to hold her back, what was meant to keep her in bondage, is now being exposed for the purpose of deliverance. The beauty of God's revelation is that it doesn't simply expose, it transforms. It is not just about seeing the truth. It is about embracing the truth and allowing it to set you free. You may have been carrying burdens that you didn't fully understand, pieces of the puzzle that didn't make sense. But as the truth comes to light, those pieces will fall into place, and what once seemed like confusion will now reveal purpose. Every silent tear your daughter shed, every moment she spent in hiding, every word she held back, none of it was in vain. God saw it all. And now He is allowing you to see it, not to judge, but to heal. This moment, this unveiling is not just for your daughter. It is for you. God is showing you not only her truth, but your own. As you witness her journey, you will begin to understand your role in it. You have been positioned to stand firm, to be her rock, her intercessor, and her guide. You are not here by chance. You have been chosen for such a time as this. The very fact that you are here, that you are witnessing this divine moment, is evidence that God has been preparing you for this role. But let me be clear, the enemy will not be pleased with this revelation. He does not want you to see the truth. He does not want you to understand the depth of what has been hidden. He will try to stir confusion, doubt, and fear. He will attempt to twist the truth and make you question what you're seeing. But I urge you to stand firm. Do not be swayed by the enemy's tactics. Do not let fear cloud your vision. God's truth is stronger than any lie, and His light is more powerful than any darkness. As this truth is revealed, you will feel the weight of it, but you must also feel the power of it. This is not just an exposure, it is a breakthrough. It is the breaking of chains, the lifting of burdens, and the opening of doors that have long been closed. The enemy thought he could keep your daughter in bondage, that he could keep her hidden in darkness. But God has other plans. This revelation is the first step in her deliverance, and it is the first step in your own transformation as well. You will find that as you stand in this moment, you will begin to see your daughter in a new light. The things you once misunderstood will now make sense. The behaviors that once confused you will now be seen for what they truly are. Signs of strength, resilience, and a heart that has been tested but is still standing. What the enemy meant for harm, God is now turning for good. And as you witness this, your heart will begin to heal as well. You may have carried burdens of your own questions, doubts, fears. But as God reveals the truth, He will also reveal your own strength, your own calling, and your own purpose. The healing that is taking place in your daughter's life will also take place in yours. As you stand firm in this moment, as you embrace the truth that God is revealing, you will begin to feel a deep sense of peace. The confusion will lift, the doubt will fade, and you will walk forward in alignment with God's divine plan, not just for your daughter, but for your entire family. What comes next is a season of restoration, a season where God will rebuild what has been broken, heal what has been wounded, and restore what has been lost. The truth that is being revealed now is not just an unveiling, it is the first step in a divine process of healing and alignment. And as this process unfolds, you will see the fruits of God's labor in your daughter's life, in your life, and in your family's life. As you continue to stand in the presence of this divine truth, there is an essential step that must follow: the revelation. Understanding that this moment is not just a point of exposure, it is the beginning of divine alignment. God is not merely revealing hidden things to bring them into the light. He is bringing them into the light to align them with His greater purpose for your life and the life of your daughter. What has been concealed has now been revealed, not to simply acknowledge the pain, but to heal and restore it. God's intention with this exposure is always redemption, never destruction. The process of revelation is often misunderstood. People think that exposure is only about bringing things to the surface, but it's far more than that. It is the first step toward restoration. It is the beginning of alignment, the moment when things that seem disconnected or misunderstood start to make sense. The truth that has been revealed today about your daughter's journey is part of a much larger divine plan. A plan that involves not only her healing, but yours as well. It involves the healing of your relationship with her, the strengthening of your bond, and the deepening of your role as her protector and guide. You may feel overwhelmed by what you are learning, by the weight of the truths being uncovered. But I urge you to hold fast and recognize the beauty in this moment. The enemy wants you to feel shame, to feel regret, to feel like the truth is too much to bear. But God's purpose in revealing these things is not to burden you, it is to liberate you. Just as God revealed the deep and hidden things to the prophet Daniel, He is now revealing to you what has been hidden in your daughter's life. And with that revelation comes a divine responsibility not to condemn her, but to cover her, to intercede for her, and to help guide her through this season of transformation. In this moment, God is inviting you into a deeper role, a higher calling as a parent and spiritual intercessor. This truth, no matter how difficult or unexpected it may seem, is a calling to step up to become the protector your daughter needs and to stand in the gap for her as she walks through this time of exposure and healing. You may feel like you are in uncharted waters, but know that God is with you. His Holy Spirit is guiding you through this season, giving you the wisdom and the strength you need to navigate the complexities of this moment. The truth that has been revealed will not remain just an idea. It will become a foundation upon which God will build the next steps of your journey together. What once seemed like chaos, confusion, and misunderstanding is now beginning to make sense. The moments that seemed disconnected The signs that you once overlooked, the quiet stirrings in your spirit that you didn't fully understand, now they are coming together in divine clarity. You are being equipped not just to understand what has happened, but to help move forward with intention, peace, and restoration. This revelation is not a moment for you to shrink back, beloved. This is your moment to step forward with boldness, knowing that you have been prepared for such a time as this. God does not reveal truth to leave us stuck in despair. He reveals it to move us into action. You are being called to take up your role as intercessor, to lift your daughter before the throne of grace, and to call upon God's healing power to wash over her life. You are being called to stand firm in this divine truth, even when the enemy tries to bring confusion, doubt, and fear into your heart. The role you play in this moment is vital. It is not merely a passive one. As you witness the truth of your daughter's life being revealed, you are also being equipped to lead her through this season of restoration. You are being entrusted with her healing process. The burden that once seemed too heavy to bear is now being lifted by the grace of God. And you are being given the strength to carry it with courage and compassion. One of the most powerful aspects of this revelation is that it is not just about your daughter's healing, it is about the healing of your entire family. The enemy has tried to sow division, confusion, and misunderstanding within your family, but God's light is now shining through, bringing clarity, peace, and unity. This revelation will not only transform your daughter's life, but it will also restore your family's bond. The truth is a powerful force, and when it is aligned with God's purpose, it has the power to heal generations. As you move forward in this season, remember that God is with you. He is walking beside you, giving you the strength you need to stand firm in this truth. He is walking beside your daughter, healing her wounds and guiding her steps. And He is walking beside your entire family, restoring the peace and unity that was once lost. God's healing power is far-reaching. It doesn't stop at the surface. It goes deep into the places of the heart that have been hidden for so long. And in these places, He is doing a work that only He can do. He is restoring what was broken, healing what was wounded, and setting free what was once bound. In the coming days, there will be moments of uncertainty. There will be moments when the enemy tries to bring confusion and doubt into your heart. But remember this, God's truth is unshakable. His revelation will stand firm, and His healing will be made complete. You will see the fruit of this divine exposure in your daughter's life. You will see her walk in freedom, in purpose, and in clarity. You will see your relationship with her grow stronger, deeper, and more united than ever before. And as you walk through this process, you will experience a deeper level of healing in your own life as well. This is not just a moment for your daughter's restoration. It is a moment for your restoration. God is using this divine truth to shape and rewrite you, to mold you into the spiritual leader, protector, and intercessor that He has called you to be. You are being prepared for the next season of your life, a season of divine alignment where you walk in full understanding, full peace, and full purpose. What you thought was hidden is now being brought into the light. And as it is revealed, you will begin to see that God's hand was upon it all along. You are not alone in this journey. Heaven is with you. Your daughter's healing is part of a greater plan. A plan that involves your family, your legacy, and the divine purpose that God has for you all. So stand firm, beloved. Do not shrink back. Do not fear. Embrace the truth that is being revealed. Stand in your role as protector, as intercessor, and as spiritual warrior. Walk forward in the strength that God has provided, and trust that His healing power will flow through every part of your life, your daughter's life, and your family's life. This is just the beginning. The divine alignment that is unfolding is just the first step toward a future that is filled with peace, restoration, and purpose. As the truth continues to unfold and the divine process of healing takes root, there's an undeniable shift taking place in the atmosphere of your home. This is not just a season of revelation, it is a season of divine realignment, a time when every moment of confusion, every unanswered question, and every burden you have carried is being transformed into something powerful. The unveiling that has occurred has already begun to change the course of your journey, and though it may not feel fully realized, yet the shifts are happening in the spirit realm. Heaven is working even now to realign everything according to His perfect plan. But this season is not just about standing still and waiting for things to change. It is about stepping into your new role, your new purpose as the protector, the intercessor, and the warrior for your family. God has entrusted you with this moment not to merely observe, but to act. He has given you the tools you need to walk through this with strength, discernment, and the courage to face what's ahead. Your role as a parent and a spiritual guide has never been clearer. You are being called to rise above the surface-level understanding, to tap into the spiritual discernment that has been growing in you throughout this process, and to lead with confidence. You may not have known that this moment was coming, but God did. He has been preparing you for this even when it seemed like the answers were elusive. Every prayer you've whispered, every tear you've shed, every time you've questioned what was happening in your daughter's life. It has all led you to this point. And now that you are here standing at the threshold of this divine revelation, it's time to step forward with boldness, knowing that God has equipped you for the task at hand. Part of this divine alignment is about shifting your perspective. You've seen the surface of your daughter's struggles, but now you are being shown the depth, the root cause, and the divine purpose behind it all. God's truth is not about superficial knowledge. It's about understanding what is at the core of the situation and how He is using it for good. This shift in perspective is not just about seeing things differently, it's about understanding them through the lens of heaven. You are being invited to see with spiritual eyes, to recognize the divine hand at work, and to understand that what has been revealed is not a burden but a blessing. You are now in the position to intercede, to pray with authority, and to speak life over your daughter's future. As her protector, you are called to cover her with your prayers, to lift her up in the Spirit, and to stand firm in the truth that God has revealed. You have the responsibility to guide her through this process, but also to allow her to find healing on her own. This is a sacred balance, being both a guide and a shield, offering wisdom, but also space for her to process and heal. Your role is not to control the outcome, but to trust that God is working in her, even as you are working in faith. As the truth continues to settle in your heart, you may start to feel the weight of it. It may feel heavy, overwhelming at times, as the full scope of what's been revealed starts to sink in. But understand that this weight is not a burden, it is a mantle of responsibility that has been placed upon you. God has given you this revelation because He trusts you. He knows that you are strong enough to carry it, that you are equipped to navigate this season with grace, wisdom, and divine clarity. You may not feel prepared in the natural, but God's preparation is always more than enough. You are also being called to walk in the authority of the truth that has been revealed. The enemy will try to cause confusion and doubt, but you now have a clear vision, a spiritual understanding that cannot be shaken. There is power in what you now know. You have been given insight that many others do not have, and with that insight comes the authority to speak into the situation with divine wisdom and purpose. The truth has been revealed to you so that you can walk in the fullness of what God is calling you to do. This truth is not for you to hold on to, it is for you to release, to speak, to pray over, and to allow it to flow through every area of your life. In this season of divine realignment, you are also being called to rebuild. What the enemy has tried to tear down, God is now using you to restore. Your family's foundation may have been shaken, but it is not beyond repair. God is in the business of rebuilding broken places, and He is using you to be the instrument of that restoration. This process will take time, but with every prayer, with every step of faith you take, you are participating in a divine rebuilding that will last for generations. Restoration is not just about fixing what's broken, it's about making it stronger than it was before. Your daughter's journey will not only heal, it will equip her to step into her own divine calling. And as her parent and spiritual intercessor, you are being called to help her step into that calling with confidence and clarity. The truth that has been revealed about her is not a finality. It is the beginning of a new chapter in her life. It's a chapter where she walks in freedom with purpose and with the knowledge that she is loved, seen, and valued by God. The restoration process may not always be smooth. There may be moments of discomfort, moments when the healing feels like it is causing more pain before it brings peace. But understand that this is part of the divine process. Just as a wound must be cleaned before it can heal, so too must the heart undergo the painful yet necessary steps of healing before it can be restored to wholeness. You may not be able to take away the pain, but you can stand with her through it, offering your support, your prayers, and your love as she works through the process. This is not a journey that she will walk alone, and it is not one that you will walk alone either. Heaven is with you, God is with you, and as you walk through this process together, you will witness the divine transformation that is taking place in your family. What once seemed like a scattered puzzle is now coming together. What once seemed like confusion is now revealing its purpose. What once felt like silence is now filled with the sound of God's voice. The truth that has been revealed is not meant to overwhelm you, but to empower you. It is not meant to cause fear, but to bring peace. You have been chosen for this moment because you have the strength, the wisdom, and the discernment to walk through it with grace. As you embrace this divine alignment, as you step into your new role as protector, intercessor, and spiritual warrior, you will find that the burden you once felt has been transformed into a divine strength that will carry you through. What is being revealed today is not just about your daughter. It is about the restoration of your entire family. This moment of unveiling marks the beginning of a new season, a season where confusion gives way to clarity, where pain gives way to healing, and where fear gives way to divine peace. You are not just standing in this moment as an observer. You are standing as a spiritual warrior, called to fight for your family, to cover them in prayer, and to stand firm in the truth that has been revealed. Now that the truth has been fully revealed, and you've been given insight into what has been hidden, the next step is to embrace the fullness of what God is doing in this season. What you are witnessing is not just a fleeting moment of clarity, it is the beginning of an ongoing transformation. A transformation that will touch every aspect of your life, your daughter's life, and your family's future. The unveiling is not merely for this moment. It is for the long-term restoration of everything that has been broken or misunderstood. You are now standing at the threshold of a season where things are about to shift permanently, and it is your responsibility to step fully into the truth that God has entrusted you with. Embracing this truth means acknowledging that what has been revealed is not something to fear or resist, but something to walk into with full acceptance and understanding. While it may be tempting to look back at the past, to revisit old hurts or unresolved questions, know that God is calling you forward, not backward. This is a divine moment where your future is being aligned, not to repeat the mistakes of the past, but to move toward a future that is full of hope, restoration, and divine purpose. But in order to fully embrace this transformation, you must be willing to let go of what has held you back. The past may have shaped you, but it does not define you. The confusion, the misunderstandings, the unspoken hurts, they all had their place in your journey, but they are not where God is calling you to remain. He is calling you into a season of healing, of realignment, and of divine clarity. For your daughter, for your family, and for yourself. God is offering a fresh start, a new beginning where what was broken can be restored and made whole. To embrace this transformation fully, you must also understand the significance of the spiritual warfare that is taking place in this season. The enemy has fought hard to keep your family in confusion, to keep your daughter trapped in the darkness of her hidden struggles, and to keep you in a state of uncertainty. But now that the truth has been revealed, the enemy no longer has a foothold. God's light is more powerful than any darkness, and that light is now shining into every hidden corner. You are no longer walking in the dark. You are walking in the fullness of divine understanding, and this understanding will empower you to fight the spiritual battles that come with this newfound clarity. Know this, beloved. The truth that has been revealed does not make you weak, it makes you stronger. It does not leave you vulnerable. It equips you for the next season of your life. It is the weapon you need to fight for your family, to stand in the gap for your daughter, and to intercede on behalf of everyone involved in this divine moment. The enemy may try to strike back to create confusion or fear, but you are armed with the truth now, and the truth has the power to defeat every lie, every attempt at deception, and every fear that the enemy tries to sow. This is not a time to retreat. This is a time to rise up to claim your position as a spiritual warrior for your family. As you step into this new role, you will find that God is equipping you with everything you need to move forward. He is giving you a supernatural clarity, a divine peace that passes all understanding, and a strength that you never knew you had. You are no longer walking in the shadow of confusion. You are walking in the light of divine truth, and that light will guide you every step of the way. In this process of realignment, there may be moments where you feel the weight of it all. It may feel overwhelming at times, especially when the full scope of the truth sinks in. You may wonder if you are equipped for this task, if you have what it takes to carry the weight of this divine responsibility. But let me remind you, beloved, God never calls you to something He doesn't equip you for. He has already placed within you the strength, the wisdom, and the discernment needed to walk through this season with grace and power. You are not alone in this process. The Holy Spirit is with you, guiding you every step of the way, empowering you to fulfill the divine purpose He has set before you. This is also a time of great healing, not just for your daughter, but for you as well. You have carried burdens that you may not have even fully realized, emotional and spiritual weights that have shaped the way you've responded to this situation. But now, as the truth is revealed, those burdens are being lifted. You are being freed from the weight of uncertainty and confusion, and as you embrace this truth, you will find that healing will begin to flow into your own life. The peace you have longed for, the clarity you have sought, and the strength you have needed will be provided by God in abundance. And as your family is realigned and healed, you will begin to see the changes in your daughter. What you once saw as her struggles, her silence, her secret pain, you will now see as the very thing that is being transformed by God's power. She will not remain in the darkness. She will step into the light, not just as someone who has been healed, but as someone who is empowered to walk in her own divine purpose. God is not just healing her, He is preparing her for a future that is full of hope, purpose, and destiny. The same power that is transforming her life is transforming yours. You will both walk into this new season with a fresh understanding of who you are in God's eyes. This isn't just about uncovering hidden truths, it's about stepping into the fullness of God's plan for your lives. It's about realizing that the struggles you've faced, the questions that have gone unanswered, and the pain that has been hidden for so long have all been part of God's divine preparation for this moment. And now, as the truth comes to light, you will see that everything that has happened up until now has been leading to this moment of restoration, healing, and alignment. Embrace this truth, beloved, and understand that the restoration God is bringing about is not just a momentary fix, it is a permanent transformation. This moment of revelation is the start of a new chapter in your life, a chapter where your family will walk in greater peace, greater understanding, and greater purpose than ever before. The enemy may have tried to keep you all in the dark, but God's light has now broken through, and nothing can stop it. You are walking in divine alignment, and as you continue to walk in this truth, you will find that God is guiding every step, filling every need, and providing the strength you need to carry out His plan. This season of healing, revelation, and realignment is not a burden. It is a gift from God, a gift that will shape your future and the future of your family. Take it with grace. Walk forward with boldness. You are equipped, you are empowered, and you are loved beyond measure. God has chosen you for this moment, and He will see you through it every step of the way. As the divine alignment begins to take root in your life, and as you begin to understand the full scope of what God is doing, it's important to realize that this season is not just a brief moment of revelation. It is the start of a profound transformation. A transformation that will not only change how you see your daughter, but will change how you see yourself. your family, and the divine role you are called to play in this world. This is not a moment to rush through or take lightly. It is a sacred, holy time that God has ordained, and it's one that will shape everything that comes next. One of the most significant aspects of this transformation is understanding the power of divine timing. You have been placed in this moment in this specific season for a reason. God has been working behind the scenes long before you even recognized what was happening. Every prayer you've prayed, every tear you've shed, every moment of confusion you've endured has been part of His divine orchestration. And now, at the appointed time, the truth is being revealed not just to you, but to your entire family. And this truth is not just an answer to questions. It is the key to unlocking everything that God has planned for your life and the life of your daughter. There will be moments in the days ahead when it may feel overwhelming, when the full weight of the truth begins to sink in. You may experience waves of emotion, moments when the gravity of what has been revealed feels too much to bear. But I want to remind you of this. God never calls you to something He doesn't equip you for. The truth that is being revealed may feel heavy, but it is not meant to crush you. It is meant to build you, to strengthen you, and to equip you for the journey ahead. Every moment of doubt, every moment of fear, every moment of confusion has led you to this point of clarity, and God will continue to walk with you through every step of this journey. One of the most powerful aspects of this revelation is that it is not just about uncovering the past or dealing with past hurts, it is about the future. God is not simply revealing hidden things to you for the sake of closure or understanding. He is revealing them to you so that you can step into your divine calling. The role you are called to play in your daughter's life and in your family's life is not just a temporary assignment. It is a lifelong mission, one that will carry you through every season and every challenge that lies ahead. As you walk through this season, God is inviting you to embrace your calling as protector, intercessor, and warrior for your family. This isn't just about witnessing a revelation, it's about actively participating in the healing and restoration that will follow. You are being called to stand firm in your faith, to pray with authority, and to cover your family with the power of God's truth. You are being called to lead with wisdom, to guide with love, and to walk with strength. This is your divine assignment, and it is one that will impact not only your daughter's future, but the future of your entire family. But with this calling comes responsibility. You are not merely a spectator in this process. You are an active participant in the divine restoration that God is bringing to your family. This means you will need to step up in ways you may not have anticipated. You will need to be brave, to be vulnerable, and to trust that God is leading you every step of the way. You will need to embrace the truth that has been revealed, not just for your daughter's sake, but for your own. The divine healing that is taking place in your family is not just for your daughter, it is for you too. As you walk through this process, you will encounter moments of struggle. There will be times when you feel weary, when you question your ability to continue, and when the weight of the responsibility feels too much. But know this, God will provide everything you need. He will give you the strength to carry the weight. He will give you the wisdom to make the right decisions. He will give you the peace to navigate the difficult moments. And above all, He will give you the love to cover your family with grace and compassion, just as He has done for you. This is a time of divine empowerment. You are not walking through this season as a passive observer. You are walking through it as a vessel of God's strength, wisdom, and love. You have been chosen to play a vital role in the healing and restoration of your family, and God will equip you with everything you need to fulfill that role. The challenges that you face will not defeat you, they will refine you. They will strengthen your faith. They will deepen your understanding of God's purpose for your life. And in the end, they will leave you stronger than ever before. There will be moments when you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. There will be times when it feels like the struggle is too great and the burden too heavy. But I want you to remember this. You are not alone. Heaven is with you. God is walking beside you, leading you and guiding you every step of the way. He is strengthening your hands for battle, sharpening your mind for wisdom, and filling your heart with love and compassion for your family. You are not walking through this alone, and you will never walk alone again. In this season, God is calling you to step into your full spiritual authority. You have been equipped with everything you need to fulfill your divine purpose. The truth that has been revealed to you is not just for understanding, it is for action. You are being called to rise up, to stand firm, and to move forward in faith. The enemy may try to distract you, to bring fear and doubt into your heart, but you have the truth on your side. And the truth, beloved, is a powerful weapon. This season is not just about unveiling hidden truths. It is about stepping into a new season of divine alignment. God is realigning your life, your family, and your purpose. What once seemed broken or out of place is now falling into place according to God's perfect plan. Every detail, every moment, every struggle has led to this moment of divine clarity, and now that the truth has been revealed, it is time to step forward into the fullness of God's plan for your family. This is the beginning of a new chapter in your life. A chapter where confusion gives way to clarity, where fear gives way to peace, and where doubt gives way to faith. It is a season where God is restoring what has been lost, healing what has been broken, and aligning what was once out of place. And it is a season where you, beloved, are being called to walk in the fullness of your divine calling. Step forward with confidence, knowing that you are equipped, you are empowered, and you are loved beyond measure. As you stand in this moment of divine revelation, it's crucial to understand that what you are experiencing is a pivotal point in your spiritual journey. This isn't just a passing moment. This is a shift in the spiritual realm that will reverberate through every aspect of your life. The exposure of truth and the divine alignment you are stepping into will reshape not just the relationship with your daughter, but also your relationship with God, with your family, and with your own calling. There is a profound power in understanding divine timing and alignment. For a long time, you may have felt like you were walking through a fog, unsure of your next step, uncertain of the purpose behind the struggles and unanswered questions. But now, as the truth is revealed, you see that God was always moving in the background, orchestrating events with a precision that only He could manage. What seemed like confusion was really preparation. What appeared to be a delay was God's timing and action, making sure that you, your daughter, and your entire family would be ready for the revelation when it came. In this divine timing, God is not only revealing the truth about your daughter's journey, but He is also calling you to take action. This isn't a passive moment where you are merely observing. It is a time for you to step forward with authority and faith and lead your family in the direction of healing and restoration. You've been given insight into your daughter's struggles, not to leave you in despair, but to position you as her protector, her guide, and her spiritual warrior. This is the moment where your discernment becomes vital. In the days ahead, you will see the power of divine alignment in full force. As the truth of your daughter's life is revealed, you may find that things begin to shift in unexpected ways. Relationships that seemed strained will begin to heal, and areas of your life that felt out of sync will start to fall into place. What was once a source of confusion will become a source of clarity. The divine truth that has been revealed to you is like a key unlocking doors that were once closed, bringing you and your family into a new season of purpose and alignment with God's will. But this process of realignment is not always easy. There will be times when the weight of the truth feels heavy and the responsibility of what you've been entrusted with may feel overwhelming. You may even question your ability to carry this task. But know this: you are not meant to carry this burden on your own. God has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill this calling. His strength, His wisdom, His peace, all of it is available to you in this moment. In times of difficulty, when you feel the weight of responsibility bearing down on you, it's important to remember that you are not alone in this process. The Holy Spirit is with you, empowering you to move forward, to stand firm, and to walk in faith. And God will continue to guide your every step, giving you the strength to face each new challenge with confidence and clarity. The power of divine alignment means that you are now positioned exactly where you need to be. Your daughter is not the only one being realigned. Your entire family is being positioned for this new season of healing and restoration. Your role as a protector, a spiritual warrior, is not just a title, it is a divine responsibility. And as you take up this mantle, you will begin to see the impact of your faith and your prayers in powerful ways. You may already be feeling the shift moments of peace, clarity, and strength where once there was confusion or doubt. But as this alignment continues to unfold, you will see even more clearly how God's hand has been at work shaping the future of your family. What once seemed like chaos will now seem like divine orchestration. The pieces of the puzzle that once seemed scattered will begin to come together, revealing a picture that only God could paint. But realignment requires action. It's not just about standing still and waiting for things to change. It's about stepping forward in faith, taking the steps that God is calling you to take, and moving with intention toward the new season He has prepared for you. In this season, you are being called to lead, to take charge of the spiritual well-being of your family, and to stand firm in the truth that God has revealed. Your prayers, your actions, and your words will be a powerful tool in the restoration that is about to take place. The authority that God is granting you in this moment is not just for your family's immediate healing, it is for the generations to come. Your actions now will lay the foundation for the future of your family, and the alignment that you are stepping into today will continue to bear fruit for years to come. The impact of this moment, this divine revelation, will ripple through your family's future, shaping the paths of your children, your grandchildren, and beyond. This is why it is so important to not just embrace the truth, but to act on it. God has given you this revelation so that you can step into your full purpose as a protector, intercessor, and warrior for your family. The responsibility may feel great, but it is also an incredible honor. You are being entrusted with the divine healing that is unfolding in your family. And God will be with you every step of the way, strengthening you, guiding you, and equipping you to fulfill your calling. As you step into this new season, you will find that the weight of the responsibility is not something that will crush you. Rather, it is a divine strengthening, a reminder that God has chosen you for this moment and He has equipped you for this purpose. You will see the fruit of your labor, the fruit of your faith, as your daughter begins to walk in healing clarity and purpose. This is also a time for you to reaffirm your own commitment to your divine calling. The enemy may try to bring distractions, doubts, and fears into your heart, but remember this: God has called you to this moment, and He has equipped you for everything that lies ahead. You are not alone in this process. God's power, His wisdom, and His love are available to you at all times. And as you walk forward, remember that this divine alignment is just the beginning. What lies ahead is a season of continued healing, growth, and restoration for your entire family. Stand firm in the truth. Embrace the divine alignment that God is bringing to your life. And trust that as you do, He will continue to guide you, strengthen you, and empower you to fulfill the purpose He has set before you. Your family's healing has begun, and it will continue as you walk in the truth that God has revealed. His plan for your family is unfolding, and you are right at the center of it. As you stand on the edge of this divine transformation, you must now look ahead and embrace the steps that are required for this new season to fully unfold. This moment is not just about understanding what has been hidden, but about making the active choice to walk in the truth that has been revealed. The truth has been unveiled not only to illuminate your daughter's journey, but also to reveal your own purpose and your role in this divine process. You have been positioned, chosen, and empowered for a reason, and as this transformation continues, you will realize that you have been called to step fully into the authority that God has entrusted to you. This season is about more than simply receiving a revelation. It is about moving forward in the power of that revelation. It is about embracing the responsibility of what you now know, and it is about standing firm in the truth that has been entrusted to you. God has revealed what has been hidden in your daughter's life to bring healing, but that healing is not just for her. It is for you as well. This is a season where you too will experience restoration, renewal, and divine realignment. The unveiling of the truth has set in motion a process that will change the very foundation of your family, and you are being called to play an active part in that transformation. There will be moments in this journey when it feels like the weight of the responsibility is too much to bear, when the challenges ahead seem insurmountable. But I want to remind you, beloved, that God does not call the equipped, He equips the called. What you are experiencing is not a burden to break you, but a divine calling to strengthen you and empower you. The very truth that has been revealed is what will carry you through this process, and it is the key to unlocking a future filled with healing, restoration, and purpose. As you step forward, you may begin to notice shifts taking place in your relationship with your daughter. What once seemed strained or distant is now being brought into alignment. The healing that is unfolding in her life will also extend to your relationship, and you will begin to see her not as the person shaped by past wounds, but as the person God has created her to be: strong, resilient, and full of divine purpose. The process of healing that began with the revelation will continue, and it will be marked by peace, clarity, and understanding. You will no longer see her struggles as barriers, but as stepping stones to the divine purpose God has set before her. But this transformation is not just about your daughter's healing, it is about your own. You have carried the weight of confusion, doubt, and fear, and now, as the truth is revealed, you will find that those burdens are being lifted. The divine clarity that God is giving you will bring peace to your heart, and you will begin to see yourself as God sees you: a protector, an intercessor, a warrior. You will walk in the strength and authority that He has granted you, knowing that you have been equipped to navigate this season with grace and wisdom. In this new season, you will also be called to continue to intercede for your family. This moment of divine revelation is not an end, but a new beginning. As you step into your role as a spiritual leader, you will find that your prayers have more power. Your discernment is sharper, and your ability to lead with love and strength is greater than ever before. You are being positioned to guide your family into a new chapter, a chapter where healing, restoration, and divine purpose reign. But with this responsibility comes the need to actively support your daughter through her journey of transformation. While God has revealed the truth and initiated the healing process, it is up to you to continue to walk with her in this season. The truth that has been unveiled will set her free, but it is your love, your prayers, and your support that will help her to fully embrace that freedom. You are not just a witness to her healing. You are a vital part of it. Your presence, your prayers, and your commitment to her well-being will be instrumental in her journey toward wholeness. As you continue on this path, it's important to remember that healing takes time. Just as the process of revelation was gradual, so too will be the process of healing. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when the journey feels longer than expected. But through it all, you must remember that God is faithful. The truth that has been revealed will continue to guide you, and the healing power that is at work will not fail. You may not see immediate results, but trust that God is working in ways that you cannot yet fully comprehend. This is His plan unfolding, and as you walk in faith, you will begin to see the fruit of this divine healing in both your daughter's life and your own. Another key aspect of this transformation is understanding that your family's healing is not just an individual journey. It is a collective journey. The revelation that has been made known to you is not for you alone. It is for the entire family. As you step into your role as a protector, intercessor, and guide, you will see the ripple effect of this healing touch all areas of your life. What has been broken in your family will be restored, and the bond that holds you all together will grow stronger than ever before. This is the power of divine alignment. It heals individuals, but it also heals families. It restores relationships, restores trust, and restores unity. This healing will also be marked by a new sense of purpose. No longer will confusion or fear cloud your family's future. The divine truth that has been revealed will give you and your daughter a clearer sense of direction. You will see your path ahead with clarity, knowing that God is leading you forward into a new season of purpose and fulfillment. This truth will provide a foundation upon which you can build a future that is aligned with God's will, a future that is filled with hope, peace, and purpose. In the days ahead, you may feel a mixture of emotions, relief, joy, gratitude, but also sadness as you process the full scope of what has been revealed. This is natural. It is part of the healing process. But as you navigate these emotions, remember that God is walking with you. He has been faithful in bringing you this far, and He will continue to be faithful as you move forward. Embrace the emotions that arise, but do not let them dictate your actions. Keep your eyes fixed on the divine truth that has been revealed, and trust that with each step you are moving closer to the full restoration that God has promised. Your journey, both as a parent and as a spiritual leader, is just beginning. The truth that has been revealed is the foundation upon which you will build your future. It is not just a moment of clarity. It is the beginning of a season of divine healing, realignment, and purpose. You are being called to walk in this truth, to lead your daughter through her healing, and to embrace the new season that God has ordained for you and your family. Stay rooted in this truth. Trust in God's timing. And know that as you walk in the divine purpose He has set before you, you will experience healing, restoration, and peace in ways you never thought possible. This is the divine transformation that has been set into motion, and it will continue to unfold in your life in the days, weeks, and months ahead.